DC arrest surpasses 1,000 as Trump-backed crackdown enters 12th homicide-free day. 12 days without a homicide. 12 days without a murder in DC. One of the worst places, one of the highest murder rates in the country. It seems like maybe the Trump administration needs to take control of Chicago.
Well, I mean, what did DC rate on like murders compared to everywhere else? Wasn't it like the fifth or sixth worst place or something, or murder?
I thought it's in the top 5.
Oh, it is the top five though. Okay, I
Yes.
I knew it was pretty high, but 12 days let a murder in Washington D.C. When's the last time that happened?
Yeah. I mean, Piro said that on Sunday alone there were 86 arrests and 10 illegal guns seized, bringing the total to 1,007 arrests and 111 guns taken off the street. Piro credited President Donald Trump's deployment of federal agencies with reshaping public safety in the Capitol. Now here's the magic question, because what if Aaron were here? Aaron would be talking about the fact that he doesn't like that we have militarized, uniformed officers in DC. Now the question becomes: once they get this under control, does Trump pull back the the military forces? Pira also took aim at Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, a Democrat who claimed that only 9 arrests had been made under the federal crackdown. Johnson said he would push back against reports that Trump is considering deploying the same type of operation in Chicago, calling the Trump administration's efforts uncoordinated, uncalled for, and unsound. The question becomes if this type of operation is uncalled for, what type of operation in a city like Chicago is called for?
Well, the thing is with it is like, is he just saying no because it's the trumpeter? I mean, look, if it's effective and it's doing right and it's making it safer so people can just roam around and go to damn McDonald's and work and get fuel without a freaking problem or go to the grocery store, then where's the issue? And you are right on the other aspect of it. What happens after everything's implemented and everything's scared? Does it just become the old tread softly, big stick method? Because I'm all about that. I'm all about going, look, I can be cool, but you make a problem and I can crush your skull too. So you take your pick on what it is. Be cool and I'll be cool. And if you're not and you want to start being all extra, then it's time for me to start crushing some skulls, right? Breaking some knees. Why not? So I think that's what's going on. I hope everything eases back and everybody goes, look, just play nice in town, play nice in D.C., be cool. I don't think it's a bad option for Chicago. I don't think it's a bad option for Detroit. I don't think it's a bad option for anywhere that everything's going bad. Going, look, you need to be civilized. This is civilization. You need to be socializing. It's society. Start being better with things. Start being cool. Remember, everybody's got something going on, and you just being blindly violent with no purpose or point, it has no place. So I think it could be favorable. I think it could help, Chicago's, Detroit's, San Francisco, all these other garbagey places that have just gone crap that are actually historically very beautiful cities and places to visit. They were very profitable. They were very nice. During the golden era of these places, in the States, they were gorgeous, huge, thriving. And it could be that way again because most people don't want to go there because it's expensive and crime-ridden.
Yeah, I mean these are beautiful cities, and what oftentimes we don't take into account is the economic impact of crime, and not just from the standpoint of like businesses being broken into or petty theft or anything like that, but the idea that if you don't feel comfortable walking around the streets, you're not doing business in the city. Like I recall when I was in St. Louis, um, prior to COVID, I went to a Cardinals game. I was there for work. I went to a Cardinals game and it just felt unsafe. And actually, it was one of the only times that I've ever felt unsafe. I mean, I've walked around DC at 2 a.m. I've walked around the National Mall at 2 or 3 a.m. smoking a cigar and never once felt unsafe. I never once felt like I am
Probably
in an unsafe
cautious,
position.
like cautious and stuff, and like, but not like I might not be breathing in a minute.
Yeah, and there was enough presence in that area of the city, police presence, that it wasn't a big issue. Like at Times Square, right? I mean, you can walk around Times Square at 2 or 3 in the morning. There's a huge police presence, has been since 9/11.
I've been there on
A-
New Year's.
and you don't feel like you're in a dangerous situation. Now, if you go to the outskirts where the police presence isn't there, sure, right? It's like if you go outside the Champs Elysees in Paris, it's extremely dangerous, and you feel that, like you feel that presence of just being unsafe. I don't even know how to describe
Well,
that presence, but
it's not even just the complete and total unsafe. I mean, you start thinking about like even here locally, right here in the Springs. I don't like going downtown because there's a bunch of meth heads, vagrants, crap, stuff extra to deal with. And I'm just like, dude, I am really just trying to do whatever with the kids or chill out or make a stop or relax or grab something. Or maybe I want to go check out a place that everybody keeps, oh, this place or that place. And I'm like, I don't want to go deal with any of that. Not necessarily just the total unsafe and the crime itself, but who wants to deal with that after like working, after dealing with life and all the stresses and garbage? There's times where you're just like, nah, I'm good. And, I mean, and that's like midday stuff. And it feels less safe downtown here sometimes midday than it does like on like a weekend at night, which is very strange to say. But if you go out on a weekend at night, it actually seems to feel safer than it does midday on a weekday in the downtown area.
yeah, garbage. It's definitely depending upon where you are in the cities, and depending upon what time of day, and depending upon what's going on. There's definitely a reason to be concerned, and there's more reason to be concerned, especially after this last the New Orleans terrorist attack. Anytime there's a congregation of a large amount of people, aside from normal crime, there's still that terrorist kind of fear that exists in the United States that impacts uh, the economy, and it impacts local economies. And so, if you clean up a city like Chicago, and more people are willing to go explore the really cool parts of Chicago, I mean, it's a cool city.
Yeah.
If you clean up Detroit and more people are willing to go vacation there or spend time or walk around and not feel unsafe, or you
Motor
clean up
City should almost
St.
be
Louis.
a museum. Honestly.
These are
To a
cool
point.
cities.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, historically speaking, it should almost be like a giant museum driving tour of like, hey, they built cars. Here's first automotive manufacturer. Hey, this is where this car was designed. Like, just the whole place is just, I like, it's almost, and then the structures and the theaters, the old theaters and all that. There's a lot of really neat stuff there that really it's just dilapidated and nobody wants to deal with it because it's expensive and crime ridden and trashed.
Yeah. Well, this has been Spiritual Insurgency. Join us every day. God bless.
Want it better, be better.